In my younger days, I saw Valentine's Day as a curse if I didn't have a boyfriend. I also saw it as a curse if my current boyfriend forgot to acknowledge me on that special day or simply didn't bother. But as I matured, Valentine's Day became yet another opportunity, an occasion to remember loved ones, family members, and friends with a call or a card. February 14th, 2008 was cold. I came home from my job in Manhattan, and after a quick dinner of pasta and veggies, I curled up on the couch with my cats, Thompson and Junior, to watch television. Fortunately, all three of us enjoyed the same shows. We were profiling perps on Criminal Minds when the phone rang. My girlfriend Janet was extremely worried. Had I heard about the mother cat? She wanted to know. No, I hadn't. It seems that earlier in the day, a feral mother cat had accidentally been trapped. A cat rescuer participating in the Trap, Neuter, Return TNR program, a program that makes it possible for homeless animals to be spayed and neutered, then returned to their habitat, trapped a nursing mother by mistake. Somewhere out in the cold dead of night were her kittens. They would surely die without her. I met my friend Janet by the elevator on the first floor of our apartment building. As the mother cat had been taken from nearby, Janet and I began to search in the basement of our apartment building. We explored the dark corners, listening carefully for tiny cries, but heard nothing. We also walked around outside our building, shining our flashlights into every nook and cranny, but to no avail. Having no idea where else to look, we returned home. But I couldn't get those kittens off my mind. I sat down at the kitchen table to think things through. If I were a mother cat, where would I hide my offspring? Inside someplace, of course, where it's warm. The kittens could be anywhere. Several years before, I had heard what sounded like a cat crying behind my apartment building. The crying went on for almost a week, and when I simply couldn't take it anymore, I went to the building to see if the cat was inside somewhere. Joined by another concerned neighbor from that building, we toured the basement. Near one of the windows, we heard a weak meow. It seems that a cat had accidentally been locked in an area of the basement, a small space between a window and a wall. The neighbor opened the window and out flew the cat. It shot past at such a high speed, we didn't see which way it went. It was a miracle the poor animal had survived. It was a long shot, but could the kittens be in that same building, I wondered? Should I play detective and check? It was 9 p.m. already. Instead of getting ready for work the next day, I put on my coat and earmuffs and went outside. Although there weren't many people on the sidewalks, I felt relatively safe because our neighborhood is well lit. As I passed apartment buildings, I would stop briefly and listen for what might be cries, but heard nothing. It was ridiculous to think that the mother cat would have left her kittens in the building where I'd located the trapped cat several years before. But something told me to look anyway. From a psychology course way back in my college days, I suddenly recall the term animal magnetism. From across the cosmos, the kittens seemed to be attracting me, like iron filings pulled toward a magnet. How would I get into the building? I knew no one who lived there, and a superintendent would probably not answer the buzzer this late at night. I was about to go back home when 3 or 4 people turned from the sidewalk to enter the building. Pretending to be a part of the small group, I followed them inside. Hardly noticing me, they went their separate ways while I hit the button and waited for the elevator. Against my better judgment, I was going to the basement. It was a post-war building that had once been quite elegant, but now graffiti decorated the rich mahogany walls of the elevator, and the floor shook beneath my feet as the doors closed. Like most of the buildings in my neighborhood, the basement, a dimly lit maze of rooms, housed the washing machines and dryers used by tenants, in addition to a boiler and an incinerator. My mother had always warned me not to talk to strangers or to ever get into a car with anyone I didn't know. No doubt she was turning over in her grave, probably spinning at the thought of me going to such a deserted place at this hour of the night, all by myself. But I wasn't alone. I stepped out of the elevator. I saw a nice-looking man in a white sweatshirt coming from the laundry room. Startled, I said the first thing that popped into my mind. "Oh, you must be the super." Damn, how stupid could I be? I chided myself. Of course he would say yes, as any serial killer would. "Yes, I am," he said. I thought of getting back on the elevator while there was still time. "Can I help you?" he asked with a smile. My mind raced. "Help me? Help me? Of course you want to help me. No one knows I'm here. My body will never be found. Who would ever think to look... Well, I know this sounds crazy," I began, "but I'm looking for some kittens. A mother cat was trapped today, only no one knew she was a mother until I can take you to them," he said. He spoke with a slight, sexy accent. I stared openly. "To the kittens?" "Yes," he said. "Oh, of course you can. I should leave now," I told myself. "This is insane. How could you possibly know anything about the kittens? You're crazy. And you must think I'm really dumb. You're going to kill me. No one will ever know what happened. One day they'll find a pile of bones." "Well, where are they?" I asked. "In the boiler room," he answered. "Sure they are," the voice in my head warned. "The boiler room. What a convenient locale for murder." "Where's that?" I asked. "Follow me," he said, disappearing around a corner. "Don't go! Don't, for God's sake, don't go!" I could hear my mother scream, "Don't you see it's a trick? Run! Run!" Part of me wanted to run, but again, that mysterious magnetic force, bigger than life itself, pulled me forward. The good-looking man, the supposed super, stood outside a heavy steel door. "The kittens?" "Inside," he said. The door creaked as he slowly pushed it open. I remained about 4 feet away from the man, poised to bolt if he made the slightest move in my direction. "He wants me to go inside," I reasoned, "so he can hit me over the head with a shovel, then do God knows what to..." "Where are they?" I asked. "There," he said, "just inside the boiler room." Without moving, I craned my neck to get a better look. "Under the grate," he explained. Then I heard them. Soft mews. I inched closer. "Oh my God," I said. "I don't believe it." Right inside the door, below a grate on the floor, exactly where he said they were, I could see 3 small, dark, furry shapes. "I've got to call someone," I said, backing away. "Go upstairs to apartment 1J, the man urged. "Tell my wife I said you could use our phone." "Oh, thank you, thank you," I shouted, rushing to the elevator. In less than an hour, the cat rescuer, who had accidentally trapped the nursing mother, and another cat lover and friend of mine, met the super in the boiler room. The mother had hidden her babies well. The only way to get them out was to reach inside and remove them from under the grate, one at a time. The space was extremely narrow. I stood by in awe, watching the rescue operation. They took turns by lying on their stomachs on the dirty basement floor. The women were able to reach inside the grate, grab a kitten, and carefully pull it out. In a matter of minutes, all 3 kittens had been placed on a soft blanket in a carrying case. Mother and babies were reunited shortly thereafter, and the cat rescuer decided to give this feline family a permanent home. It has been said that love is where you find it, and that night I found love under a grate in a boiler room located in a dingy, dimly lit basement in Queens, New York. To date, it is the best Valentine's Day gift I have ever received.